Hi, I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at hotDOCS in downtown Toronto. I'm here with Caleb Behn. How does it feel to have the film Fractured Land screening here at hotDOCS?
The world premiere. It's terrifying in many ways. I went to law school to be a lawyer, not a doc star, but such is life, and so it goes. So yeah, it's kind of terrifying and scary, but also really cool. And there's a lot of good people, so it's worth it.
Well, congratulations and welcome. And tell me a little bit about the title of the film, Fractured Land, and how it relates to the content and what it means to you.
Well, okay. I'm a dedicated populist, so I've refused to see the movie. I will see it for the first time publicly with everybody else. It's an ethical position. So I don't know about the content, but I mean, I was there for most of it. So the title was developed to reflect the deep complexity associated with oil and gas development and Indigenous people in this country and others. You know, my family's involved in the industry. My mom is deeply involved. Uh, and that's okay and that's fine, but it just creates complexities around big issues. And the territory where I'm from is so profoundly beautiful, and yet a lot of people, all they see when they go up there is resources, something to take, as opposed to something with more profound significance. And of course I'm personally fractured. Like, I'm a hunting man, try and live traditional, and yet, I've done 9 years of post-secondary. I'm called to the bar. Like, I live in two worlds, and that's sort of a play. I didn't know this. When you use fracture as a motif, you become a bit broken yourself. And so I've had like lots of issues over the last 4.5 years. I should have thought about that before we went with the title.
And can you speak a little bit more to, obviously being very close to the land, and then also being a lawyer and on the other side of things as well, and sort of mending the two together and trying to help as much you can in both ways.
Okay, well, yeah, I think so. The duality of modern existence for Indigenous people in this country, I think, especially like in my generation, I'm very privileged. I'm a man. I'm gifted many things. And in my view, those who are given a great deal have a great deal expected of them. And so rather than being, the kind of person who sells out and goes to work for a corporation, or gets dedicated to just materialism and personal wealth, I'm trying to live a life that reflects a commitment to larger principles. Trying, we're all imperfect, but my reconciliation, if you want to call it that, is with what I was taught as a child by my grandfathers, both chiefs up in the north. My mother was a chief, and trying to live like in a way that at the end of my life, my heartbeats will, on the balance, have contributed more than they took. And I think that's like the modern condition. So I'm not like anti-oil and gas. I'm anti-stupidity. I'm not anti-industry. I'm anti-injustice. And so to me, that's the way to mend. And however that is, I have a lot of respect for the arts, a lot of respect for the artistic movement. You see that here at this festival and a lot of other movements. Indigenous artistic expression is really coming up and getting poached by Coach, which is sad. But the new reconciliation, in my view, reflects a modern manifestation of much older principles, living in a very balanced way. And that's what I'm trying to live. But being a lawyer is not the most balanced profession. So, yeah, we're still working on that.
And are you nervous to see the film? How are you feeling?
To see this thing for the first time in my life, yeah, I am somewhat nervous. You can see like some of the tattoos and stuff. Like my body, I wear my law on my body, and so all my ink reflects Indigenous law, and it was used a lot in the film. There's a lot of like pans over that stuff, and it's very provocative footage, I suppose. But I'm worried about being kind of an archetypical native, and like the Indian. I got the mohawk and the tattoos, and I hunt, and like I kind of live that world. And I don't think that's what's going to happen. But the first time I was on the National, for example, One of the clips they used is from the trailer, and it's me half naked throwing a tomahawk out in the bush, because I do that a lot. Actually, that's how I meditate. That's my happy place. Lots of sharp things. And so when you're on national TV and you're half naked throwing a tomahawk in the 21st century, like, what does that mean? You know, you're more than your reproductive capacity as a woman, right? I'm more than my indigeneity as a man. And that's, I hope and I have faith that Fiona and Damien created and choose to show a complex vision of my life and the life I lead and the place I come from.
Well, I think they did. I saw the film, and I think you'll be. Don't worry too much.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
I should be so lucky.
Great. And where's the best place for us to find out more information on the film online?
I think www.fracturedland.com. Yeah, I think there's information there, and I'm sure there's like a bunch of other stuff as yet to come. This is the first piece of a much larger puzzle. Yeah. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's so nice to meet you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I should be so lucky.
Thanks. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at hotDOCS in downtown Toronto.